Alright, today I am going to be making a video where I refinish the fender flare on my F250. This is the good side, and this is the bad side. A couple years back I had a tire blowout and it cracked the fender flare, and I just never got around to fixing it. And that cab corner needs to be pulled out a little bit, or not the cab corner, excuse me, the bottom of the fender flare needs to be pulled out a little bit, as you can see, because there's a wrinkle in there. And then I got to clean up the adhesive 3M tape. But first I'm going to paint the flare, and then I'll use that to kind of guide my pulling of that fender flare back, or the fender back into its place. There we go. Before I get started doing any of the paint prep or actual painting, I will be using rattle can, primer, base coat, and clear coat. I got it from Spectral Paints LLC. It was just off eBay. All I did was typed in the actual paint code on Google, and this popped up, and we'll see what the actual product looks like. Looks like they sent a spare nozzle, some instructions, and also I ordered this stuff I think yesterday, and it came today, maybe 2 days ago, and came today. So super fast shipping. I'll let you know what the actual product looks like at the end, but let's get started. So I have my fender flare set up on some sawhorses here. I'm going to use a red Scotch-Brite pad to kind of scuff up the surface, and then I'll use a tack cloth to go around and clean up the surface before I start spraying the primer. Alright, at this point we're going to start spraying the primer. I made sure to air out my tack cloth before I use that to wipe down the surface. I also did hit it with a soapy microfiber towel before the tack cloth, just to make sure that it was pretty clean, and then tack cloth was just a backup insurance kind of deal. So I just hit it with a base coat of primer. Tried to just get a good even coverage around my whole fender flare. I'm going to hit it with a second coat to kind of even out some spots that did not get as much primer on them. Something else that I like to do is just to clean the tip of the spray can, just so it doesn't get clogged up, because I'm not using an actual sprayer. I'm just using a rattle can. Alright, so I am going to spray the second coat of primer. The directions say to do about 3 coats and wait 5 to 10 minutes in between each coat. This looks like it dried up pretty nicely, so I am going to start coat number 2. And now we're going to do coat number 3. So I just finished applying the third coat of primer. Excuse the fact that there's a fan running in the background. Not sure if you're going to be able to hear it, but this is what it should look like after you are done with that third coat. Looks uniform over the entire piece. No light spots. Now I'm going to wait about 30 minutes, maybe just a little bit longer, and I'm going to sand and take down any rough spots before laying down the base coat. Alright, at this point the primer has dried just about over 30 minutes. I am going to now wet sand. The directions say to wet sand with 600 grit sandpaper, so I will do that, and then clean it off with a tack cloth and get started on spraying the base coat. Alright, here is the base coat. Again, same brand. Paint code is UJ for Sterling Gray Metallic. Says to shake for 2 to 3 minutes, and then get started on spraying. Alright, now that we have laid down the base coat and everything looks even, we are going to spray the clear. We're going to spray down the clear, excuse my phone, 4 to 5 coats, and then wait about 10 minutes, maybe a little bit more in between. Here we go. Alright, last coat of clear. I've done a couple off camera. You can already see the reflection of the light. Do the last coat. This will be the 5th one. And then tomorrow I will do cut and polish and finish up the truck and throw it on. Here we go. There we go. That's the last coat. Excuse the lack of light. It's been raining a whole lot today. But here is the fender flare on the truck. Fits nice. Obviously needs a good detail over here. We'll cut, buff, and should look good as new. Bad.